Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high.
Well, good morning.
Trusting.
Good morning, good morning. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, soul family. If you've arrived at this channel, you are with Rainy Day. That really is my name. Coffee with a Psychic. And this morning I have, hey, from Cy Robertson, one of my favorite Duck Dynasty people. Hey. Welcome to October 7. Wow. Did y'all go, y'all? I don't know why I've been saying y'all lately. It must be a spirit I'm channeling. Have y'all gone outside and just felt that crisp October air? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So welcome to Coffee with a Psychic. Let's open up. So I always open to spirit by lighting a white candle and inviting them in. It's just how I tell spirit, I'm ready to work, people. Oh, isn't she beautiful? You can find her in my website at www.rainyday.com at Little Spirit Shop. So we're going to light my white candle. All right, team and spirit, come on in, departed loved ones, anybody who wants to be read. And of course, I feel Devin stepping through. We're going to be reading Devin today. Oh, and I feel a couple of other, come on in, come forward, come close. I feel a couple of other ones coming in. Hello, Bernie, Crystal, welcome. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so I can continue to bring you this fabulous content. I have to tell you, some of my predictions are coming true. Loretta Lynn predicted it August 8th. Pretty crazy, pretty cool, pretty amazing. So welcome to Coffee with a Psychic. It's early. My name really is Rainy Day. And this is for the week ahead, October 7th. And this is where I connect with Spirit to provide you with weekly horoscope guidance. Be prepared, not scared. Don't you want to know? I know I do. I'll be channeling your departed loved ones and maybe even your fur babies, giving you metaphysical techniques so you can fast forward your spiritual growth. What does the future hold? Premonitions, answering your questions live, and so much more. Where are you tuning in from? What's your sign? I know it sounds like a creeper, but really, what is your sign? Since birth, I have had the gift of spiritual insight, and yes, indeed, I do see dead people. And if that weren't enough, I also hold a master's degree in clinical behavioral psychology that I combine in my spiritual business. I'm a respected spiritual educator, powerful energy healer, a direct channel of the spirit, and an accurate medical medium, all from divine guidance from spirit and the other side. And you, yes, you, McFly, is everybody up? Just teasing. Oh, I'm loopy this morning. You can book a life-changing session with me at www.rainyday.com. Don't forget to hit that bell and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. And it's really hard for me, but I'm getting better at it to promote myself. So I'm proud to announce that I've added an energy exchange tip jar. So if you're so inclined, I'll be posting it in the description, and it's at paypalme.com/rainyday psychic. And don't forget, you can email pictures of your departed loved ones or your fur babies to hello@rainyday.com. And don't forget that you agree to allow me to put them on this channel. So today I'm going to be reading Wendy's favorite person in the whole world, Devin. Welcome, Laura Lee Toddy. Oh, Las Vegas Sagittarius. And Heather, hi, it's Heather Nelson. Well, welcome, Heather Nelson. Welcome, Laura Lee Toddy. Oh, so cool, so wonderful. Thank you guys for joining me. You didn't have to, but you did, and I really appreciate it. So don't forget, ask me anything, post it in the chat. There is a huge, great energy. It's all those feels that people really are desiring to go within and to learn and grow through these challenging experiences that we are experiencing. And I have to tell you, we have just hit the precipice, the beginning. I've been feeling it since 2019. I've been warning, we are in a depression. I don't care what the experts say, we are, and it's going to get worse. And it's going to last through 2023. I maybe see 3/4 of the way through. But I don't want you to be fearful of this. I would rather know and be prepared for it. It's just like knowing that a hurricane's coming, or knowing that a tornado is coming, and getting down and bunkering down and being safe and planning ahead so that you're safe. But I feel that everybody's kind of being fed fear and being hampered by lack of confidence. It's that fear of things changing, fearful of speaking your truth, because being different is not always accepted, especially in today's world. It's really crazy. You cannot speak your truth. What happened to freedom of speech in the United States, right? So I want you to stop it. I love being different. I was born different by being named Rainy Day, who, thank you, Grandmother Oz, she's right back here, taught me everything I know, because I've always seen dead people. So embrace your authenticity. Do it. Hey, Cy Robertson. It's Coffee with a Psychic. Oh, Heather, I'm going through a tough time. My anxiety is through the roof. Anything coming through from loved ones for me? So that's like 3 questions, and that's okay. I'm going to sit with it for just a minute. Virginia, the awareness coach, guys, if you want some truth bombs, reality checks, someone who really tells it like it is, like I do, the awareness coach on Instagram, watch her, and on Facebook too. Watch her. She's amazing. I love your little stories. I don't mean little by little. They're very impactful in a very short time. And I applaud you, Virginia. Look her up. She's amazing. Also, we have tuned in Bernie, who is one of the most gentle, compassionate animal communicators. You can find her at feelthemspeak.com. She has, and I'm gonna just say this, Bernie, because I'm learning how to promote myself. I'm going to promote others too. You can book a 15-minute introductory session with her. That's pretty amazing, pretty amazing. So Heather, let me just kind of sit with that for a few minutes and let me see what Spirit has to say. So I also want everybody to not be afraid to assert your dreams and desires. You don't need money to do that. And there's never been a better time to be thinking out of the box and just really living in your truth. And as you go about your day, I've noticed that people they're being charged by fear, and that's your ego. So name your ego. Mine's Bob. I always tease everybody sometimes I'd like to call it Dick, because it's not Richard or it's not Robert, it's Bob. And when I feel that fear coming up, I acknowledge it. It's a sentient being. Here's your key. Here's your metaphysical learning moment. Mine's Bob. And when I feel that fear coming up, I say, listen, Bob, I don't need you right now, because the ego's good for keeping us safe in certain instances. That's why it's there. It's another guide, just like the earth is a sentient being. This is a sentient being. Bob is. So I tell Bob, you know what? Thank you, but I don't need you right now. I'm going to put you in a box or put you in the closet. I like to put him in the closet and just kind of close the door, so he can kind of listen in and jump in when he needs to save the rainy day. So Bob need to go away, because I've noticed that a lot of people are acting out of fear and not acting and listening to their inner intuition. Remember your gut. You felt it in your gut. Damn it, I knew I shouldn't have done that. That's your solar plexus. That's your psychic GPS. That's what keeps you on your path. That's like Dorothy's Yellow Brick Road. Whenever the bitch got off of her Yellow Brick Road, flying monkeys took her away. So don't be afraid to assert your dreams and desires. And as you go about your day, listen to that intuition. Listen and check in with your gut. If your gut says, hell's no, you better listen. And this upcoming week is all about embracing that uniqueness. That's the energy that I'm feeling coming ahead for this week. It's reinforced by the Aquarius moon that's coming in. So I want you to find channels where you can safely, because this is a safe space, except for those bots that sometimes come on and like, you're going to hell because you're blah, blah. No, we don't listen to them. Find channels where you can safely express the need to speak your divine truth. And I want you to embrace change, and then bring in that divine truth in beautiful, unique ways. Go out in nature, light a white candle, and ask your team in spirit to please step in and help you calm the storm. Tell Bob, go in the closet. Very important. Embrace change and embrace the energy of change, because change will usher in a beautiful way of, it's like a newfound independence. It's like when you left your parents' home. It was a little scary, but I can do whatever I want, right? It's about time. And during the week ahead, I want you to look for opportunities where you can really express your truth and honesty, but while coming from a broader perspective. And what I mean by that is that you don't need to have those knee-jerk reactions. Let whatever is happening or being spoken to you, and you're ready to speak your truth, let it kind of marinate. Let it just kind of sink in. Zoom out from a higher perspective, because sometimes people take things too personally. The 4 Agreements, Second Agreement. It's a wonderful book. It's tiny, tiny, thin book. Buy it. The 4 Agreements. by Miguel Ruiz. I think that's how you say his name. Second agreement is do not take anything personally. It's not being done at you or to you. And you don't need to take anything in your life that dims your light. So come from a broader perspective, speak your truth from a place of compassion and from your heart, your inner truth, your inner true being, and then just let it go out into the universe. Because I am seeing people's light being dimmed by this. You do not need anything in your life that dims your light. Hey, keep shining your own light. And it's okay to let go. Send that energy on its way. You don't have to do it awfully, just with love and grace, and let the universe do with it what they will, because it's always for your greatest and highest good. And you'll know, because this next week, you're going to trust that gut. This week, be a little selfless. More self-care is the spiritual prescription that I'm seeing, especially this next week. We're going to get a lot of national. Ooh, did you just see the light change? Thank you, Spirit. That was cool. I just saw the light change. I just want everybody to know that we have some heavy energy coming. Don't be afraid of it, Bob. Get in the closet. Just tune into it and ask, how can I navigate this change? Take a long bath. Soak your feet in Epsom salt. Watch that movie you've been wanting to see. Oh my gosh, I've been wanting to see Hocus Pocus too. And my little Luna has been with me this week because she's been sick from Tuesday on. You know, those daycare sicknesses. Daycare is really good for her. She's learning how to integrate and be social, but she gets all these sicknesses. So that's why it's early today, because she's coming. So we watched Hocus Pocus too. I just sat and did nothing and enjoyed the moment. And that's what we need to do. Even if you need to go to a theater, go to a movie by yourself. It's the most enlightening experience. I swear to, try it. It's amazing. I know everybody just kind of like, ooh, I don't want to go to a movie by myself. Oh, you sent a photo. Okay, I will try to look that. I'm going to call you Toddy because I love that. I love that. That's a beautiful Toddy. I want you to be really, I've been talking about fentanyl and fentanyl poisoning for quite a few years now, since 2019. 2019 was a very pivotal premonition type of year for me. China's trying to poison us. They just are. They want to eliminate us. They're trying to take away all of our manufacturing. They're trying to take away all of our energy independence. Trust me, it's from China. I want you to really be aware of Halloween candy this year that our kids are bringing home. And I've been yelling this out for a year now. Fentanyl is more of a crisis than the vid. I can't say the whole word because of all of these people being all, I want to call them snowflakes. If I say the word, they're going to cut my video out. So China's poisoning our country and they all want us dead. Be aware, let's fight back. So upcoming premonitions. Last night, I always prepare the night before, sometimes the morning of, but rarely. I have a psychomantium room that I've been using lately. It's been very incredible. A lot of really amazing downloads. And last night I had the most vivid dream and it kind of scared me. I felt like I woke up a little bit with my heart racing, and rarely do I, because I just know it's all energy and I separate my human physical form from it. But I literally saw a potential of an atomic bomb. And it frightened me. It frightened me. And I have to tell you, please send energy to all you need to do is send the energy that anywhere in the world where there might be an atomic bomb potentially being let go, because I see it flying, that we surround it in white light. And I dreamt about that happening. So please just let's white light any atomic energy and trust that we are all being guided and taken care of by our greatest and highest good. Okay, so I was in California last weekend and I paid almost $7 a gallon for regular gas. Is that effing insane? I see it going over $8 by December, and then it kind of just waving throughout the rest of the country. And I don't know why Las Vegas is cheaper than California, because don't they have a lot of oil reserves there? Maybe not. Our oil reserves are being depleted. And that is for our national protection, not just from a military standpoint. But for example, look at poor Florida. We have to supply them with more oil reserves. It's frightening. It's frightening. It's frightening. That was like my number one concerned prediction for this week. They're being depleted. So please just send the energy of abundance of oil. We're all going to see a lot more solar flares. Oh, have more coffee, please. Hi, Roxanne. Been dealing with overwhelming grief. I'm wondering if anyone might come through for me. Can you give me just a first name, Roxanne? We'll see what we can do, my love. These solar flares, they can flux up your electronics, but not just your electronics, but your energy. And I'm asking you all to just keep your energy a little bit closer so that when these solar flares happen, you can feel the disruption and just kind of shine that white light and golden light and silver light out into your auric energetic essence. Oh, did you see the light just change? Very cool. It means I'm onto something. Keep your energy just very clear so that when that happens, you can just expand your light a little bit beyond your physical form and protect you from these solar flares. Also, make sure you have some type of surge protector on all of your electronics. I see it happening more and more. It's nothing to worry about. It's just, I think, things change and the sun is changing a little bit. You might start to feel the effects on like our brain. Very important to always keep yourself shielded. I always put a golden cloth over my crown chakra, and most of us walk around with our crown chakras out to here. Everybody just jump in. No, I want you to imagine it just kind of not closing, but keeping it more focused, and then putting a golden cloth over that. And ask Spirit, I only want to come through what is only intended for me and my highest and greatest good. And it will protect you from all of these effects we're going to start to feel. Solar flares can. Now I have a master's degree in clinical behavioral psychology, and I studied this. This is science, not spirit science. Solar flares can rewire our brains and our nervous system. So if you're feeling a little more anxious, just check in with your energy and say, you know what? It's not me, it's the solar flare. Just let it go and let the universe handle the rest. You might find yourself thinking about childhood issues that were not good for your highest, that were not for your highest good. It's okay. Just let those memories come up, experience them, then let them go, because these memories have to be dealt with. There's 2 books I want to tell you about. The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. Fabulous book. The last 3 chapters are the greatest, but don't skip the first 3, even though it's boring as hell. You need all that. You need to understand that whole background. And then How to Do the Work by Nicole LaPera. I'm terrible with names. You can find it on my Instagram page at Rainy Day Psychic Medium. It will help you work through that. It will definitely help you work through that. Solar flares also bring the energy of independence, which helps us break free of that childhood programming. So there's wonderful things that are happening. There's also ascension symptoms that we're getting. So just allow what is for your highest and greatest to just let that affect in a very positive way your nervous system, because otherwise it's going to cause emotional upheavals. I also see people having vivid dreams the next few months. Keep a journal next to your bed. And I just want you to Google every symbolism, every song you hear, anything you see, Google that. What is the symbol of a white feather? And then write down what resonates. And then over a small period of time, you're going to be able to see the story that Spirit's trying to convey to you in your dreams. It will also help you get rid of those emotional attachments and healing those core heartbreak wounds. So don't be afraid to deal with some of this stuff. It'll also help you break free of those ancestral karmic relationships, that DNA shit. I said it. Oh, I love that book too. Isn't it amazing? Okay, Dan, Roxanne. See, I jump around because I have not only all this energy coming in from the universal intelligence, but I also have spirits that want to come through. And then there's Rainey, the human mind. So that's sometimes why I jump around. I'm like Doug from the movie Up, squirrel. Right, Bernie? So I'm extremely concerned that we're going to be pulled into war. I really feel butterflies every time I think about it. That's one of my signals that, yes, something is impending that's not, that's a little bit difficult to deal with, which is one of my indications. I always feel something like this little butterfly feeling if something bad is coming, or it just kind of, that's my sign. I'm seeing that North Korea is being used by China and Russia. They're not doing this on their own. I don't think the man has a brain, specifically Putin, as a pawn to provoke the US into defending our own territories near South Korea. It's all very scary because Kim Jong-un's immaturity. It's really, really sad. He really is the little man that was put in a place of dictatorship. Why would he be friends with Dennis Rodman, right? I think he's kind of cool, but really? He's easily manipulated by China. So it's real. I even saw coastal cities learning again when I was a little girl, 61, proud of that because I can wake up every day, right? We learned about air raids. We learned about going under our school desk, and they're going to start teaching that again. Because just like what happened, I saw in the news recently in Japan, the labor market, as I reported a couple weeks ago, is cooling. I think the jobs report is coming out today, and it's going to be blistering. They say there's jobs out there. There are. But then there's going to be this blistering jobs report, mark my words. And the Federal Reserve is going to hike our interest rate once again by 0.75 BPS in November sometime. I think it's coming. Financial depression does deepen. We have not seen the worst of it yet. November is going to be a very volatile and widespread financial distress and a debt crisis leading to higher inflation. It just is what it is. Be prepared, not scared. 2023 is going to be the worst economic year the US has ever encountered, almost as bad as the Great Depression. We're going to be okay, you guys. We're going to be okay. I'm talking about the world as a whole. So please save all your money and find new ways to make cash. I've really been paying attention. If I'm on Amazon, just piddle-paddling around. If I don't need it, I don't hit enter, and I get off of that app right away. Please save all your money and find new ways to make that cash, because cash is king. Also, just stock up on non-perishable items. Remember when the vid happened, how the shelves were empty, and for some reason, toilet paper was the commodity? Just be prepared, not scared. And I also want you to give back by volunteering at a local food bank. So when the time comes where you might need help, it will be there. You know, be in service to others. And this one shook me. Goldie Hawn. Goldie Hawn, yes, is going to suffer a severe lung disease issue, maybe even lung cancer. And I don't see her surviving. Oh, and once again, Sharon Osborne came into my view. And I talked about this. She's just been on my mind a lot lately. I adore her tenacity. I adore her. She speaks her truth with a few F-bombs, and I even like that too. I know, Bernie, sorry. I see her passing next year after the birth of her daughter's baby, and then Ozzy not far behind because he just can't stand to live without her. And it's a thing, partners passing closely after one departs. It's as if their first partner's energy has a cord that is still attached, and it's on the other side, and that cord gently, and you have free will, that cord energetically pulls the other one over, if that makes sense. I fear for my kids, honey. Don't fear for your kids. I'm telling you, children don't even understand what's going on. They only feel what our parents are exuding, that energy. So don't be afraid, and they won't feel afraid. Set that strong foundation. There's no reason to fear. The kids are going to be okay, I promise. They're more resilient than we are. I also see the beloved Ringo Star. He's going to have some lasting vid issues. I think that he has had the vid, but didn't publicly say it. And I feel that he's going to pass from these unrelated things that is happening, unrelated cause within years. So I did see that also one of my favorite football players, Terry Bradshaw, reported he had cancer. I did see that. And as soon as I saw that report, he thinks he's free of it, but he's not. I feel these microscopic cancer cells going all throughout his body into his lymph nodes. Oh, when I heard that news, I immediately literally saw more tumors forming. And that's how I work. They did not get nanoscopic cells when they took out some of these other cancer cells he had. It's just going to go throughout his lymph system. And I really feel it carrying it under his arm, his neck, and his spine. It just really makes me so sad. Not only do I adore him, but have you ever had a Bradshaw burger? Right? They're so good. Crystal K, you did a reading for me about 3 years ago, and I just wanted to say how on point you were, and thank you for all the insights you gave me. I've been waiting to thank you. Oh, Crystal. Oh, my darling. It's not me, it's spirit, and it's that higher power. But I do want to thank you because those confirmations just give me the faith to keep doing what I do. And sometimes it's even hard for me to continue doing what I do. But thank you, thank you. I can't tell you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, I'm going to cry. How grateful I am. I needed to hear that today. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Whew. Coffee with a psychic. Hey. Oh, remember Barbie Benton? Google her. She was like a Hugh Hefner's little side chick. She's, I think, a little bit older than I am. I see her passing by age 73. And we're going to hear a lot more about her relationship with him, and that's going to be quite interesting. Willie Nelson. I think it has something to do with the vid. What is sad is all that weed that he smoked has really, and I'm not here to judge because, hell, my mother's a hippie. She made baked goods that were green. I used to tell my kids, don't eat anything green in grandma's house, especially those cookies. Who else would name their kid Rainy Day but a hippie chick? But I feel that those lungs have such a thick coating. And I've always said that the vid's only purpose is to consume. His lungs will literally be consumed. And I see this all starting at the end of January of next year. So I want to leave you, before I start reading each individual horoscope and answering some of your questions, a thought for today. And it kind of goes with the theme that the energy I'm seeing for this upcoming week. And it says, when you act from a place of your authentic truth, it will always lead you where you are meant to be for your highest purpose. And that is a quote from Forever Consciousness. When you act from a place of your authentic truth, it will always lead you where you are meant to be for your highest purpose. Let that sink in. So some random facts from your horoscope. And this is from quotes 12, Laws in Life. Wow, I love this. I love this. Aries, don't stand in my way or we will make you wait. No moaning. Don't you dare bring that mood down with negativity. Taurus, help yourself so I don't have to. Do not wake me up because I don't care what time it is. Oh, damn. Don't touch my food. It will become a police matter. Right? We all know those Taurus people. Gemini, don't interrupt me when I'm speaking because what I said yesterday is irrelevant. I talk a lot and don't tell me to grow up because you're jealous of my eternal youth. So funny. Cancer, if I say nothing is wrong, you should keep me asking, what is wrong? Don't try to make me a morning person. And yes, I'm moody. Stop reminding me. That's all. There's always room for dessert. Leo, don't ignore me or give me the silent treatment and let me have my moment while everything revolves around me. I'm doing things my way. End of story. Oh, and don't forget my birthday. Do we know these? Do we know these? Right? Virgo, don't tell me I'm irrational. I know it. Don't touch my things. Don't use them and try to put them back in the same place because I will notice. My silent means I don't want to hear your voice or mine either. I love that one. Libra, be happy for me about my relationships, or at least pretend to be. Don't make me. I know when you talk behind my back, so try if you want to. I am your friend. I want to help, but I'm not your 24/7 therapist. Scorpio, no, you don't. Respect my privacy. Once you betray me, you are dead to me. So you may act as well like it. Don't question my sanity seriously, ever. I need to vent, lament, and cry alone. If I say leave me alone, I mean seriously, do not disturb. Oh my God, these are fantastic. Sagittarius, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Don't ask me for honesty and get offended by my truth. Don't try to convince me or convert me about anything. Don't hang around me if you don't like surprises. Capricorn, I'm not a child. Don't expect me to solve all of your problems. I will give you advice, but I don't want any. Sarcasm is my defense, and I have humor at the most inappropriate moments. This is just a warning. Aquarius, don't intrude on my personal space. Drama is so boring. Everything with me ends with a question mark. I need freedom to breathe. I need my own space, and I won't change for anyone. We don't use clocks in this bunker. And Pisces, leave my brain alone. Do not expect me to be a morning person. Wake me and live a nightmare. If I'm crying, offer me water so I don't dehydrate. When I say yes, chances are I want to say no. There's always room for one more glass. Oh, those are awesome. Time to give you your astrological guidance for the coming week. Don't forget to post your questions in the chat. So, let me talk to Heather. I'm going through a tough time. My anxiety is through the roof. Heather, I don't think you listen to that inner guidance, that gut check that keeps you on your true north. I think sometimes, and I say this with love and light, I need to get my crystal because this is heavy, and I will never give you bullshit. And Spirit always tells me what you're ready for, that is for your highest and greatest good. They never do. They always know exactly what they want me to transmit to you. So with love and grace, honey, stop it. Stop worrying about things you can't control. It feels like your mind loops and you're a worrywart. So when your mind starts looping like that, I want you to do this exercise with me, because all of your anxiety is coming from within. You worry about things that are beyond your control. So close your eyes for a minute. Take a few deep breaths in, hold it, blow it out your mouth, and do that a few times. We don't want you to feel lightheaded. So when you're ready, just breathe as you normally would do. And this is all about visualization. So I want you to visualize that you're getting in the car and you're driving to your nearest pet store. And you're getting out and you're all excited, and you go in, you see the doors open, and you head immediately over to where the hamsters are, because we want a sweet little fluffy hamster. When their nose just looks at us and twinkles, we just want those happy feels. And you walk over and the associate comes over and you say, I want that hamster. Now I want you to picture what this hamster looks like. Mine is like that beautiful light beige color with some white sprinkled in, with a little pink nose and just these sweet little eyes and big ears. I don't know why, but that's what mine looks like. Now I want you to name it. Mine's name, we're going to call it Frank. And you see the sales associate put it in this beautiful little box to take home. You've picked out the cage, you pay for it, and we're walking out to the car. You put it in the seat next to you and you turn on the air conditioning so that beautiful little hamster doesn't get a little too overheated. We arrive at home and we have walked in the house and we already know where we're going to set up this little hamster, and you've got the cage set up, and you go over to take out your hamster, Frank. You open it up and he's looking at you just with love and light, and I can't wait to interact with you. You're going to put the hamster in the cage and you see him going over and you see him taking a little drop from the water, a little piece of food in between his hands and he's eating. And you see the wheel, the hamster wheel. And I want you to see Frank, or however you've named this hamster, walk over to that wheel. You just take a few deep breaths and you start to see this hamster slowly walking, and he picks up speed. And now that hamster wheel is just going as fast as can be. You're just watching that hamster wheel go around. And then you're like, wow, why doesn't Frank just stop? Frank, wow, when is he going to stop? This is your mind. This is how your mind works in this beautiful, although irritating hamster wheel. And we have the power. We have the power to say, Frank, stop. You see that Frank stops and the hamster wheel immediately stops when Frank does. You see Frank gently step off and go about his business. You take a few deep breaths in and then blow it out. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Open your eyes. So the next time, beautiful Heather, you start feeling anxious, you need to check in with your energy this way. And as you tell your hamster to stop, you're also going to send it to the universe, that universal intelligence. When you take that out breath and let them do what with it, they will. And quit your mind, this loop, this constant loop. It's not only spiritual science, it's real science, because I do have a master's degree in clinical behavioral psychology. You're welcome. Hey, let's lighten it up here. Let's go to Aries because I'm running a little behind. Wow. All these predictions, I'm telling you, so many more came through that I'm like, I don't have time to share that. I should just do an episode of just predictions. Oh, hey, copy of the psychic, and I need some water. Aries. So I think we have a full moon coming. In Aries, the full moon is really going to affect you in ways that are really beautiful because it's ushering in a new beginning for you. It's illuminating all of the positive things in life that you haven't been seeing. It feels like you've been going through some tumultuous relationship issues, maybe some feeling of inadequacy at work, and just kind of these feelings that are not normally you. I want you to just know that they're temporary, and this full moon is going to illuminate them so you can see, wow, I can let that go. Oh, I can let that go. Oh, that's not mine. I give it back to whoever. And sometimes we don't know where the energy is coming from. We don't care. Just send it up, let it go. Because by these new beginnings and having the moon illuminate what these weird feelings you've been feeling, but you don't know where they stem from, it's going to illuminate them. You're like, oh, okay, let it go. That's a beautiful thing. It's really funny because Aries, you're not patient at all. But I see that patience is going to be easier for you this next week. And I want you to really have your mantra be this next week. I have unlimited amounts of patience and it comes very easily to me. I am patient. That is your word that you really need to instill and bring into your energetic essence. Patience hasn't been your virtue, but it's going to be. That is going to be your mantra. You will use it, believe it or not. You won't have those knee-jerk reactions. And that makes this week flow by just very peacefully and easily. Beautiful thing, Aries. Okay, Taurus. Taurus, man, you've been busy this summer. You have really been not only adulting, but you've been on fire with the things that you wanted to do. All of these dreams and desires, you're actually doing them. That's beautiful. That's wonderful. And I want you to wake up and don't forget those goals that you set at the beginning of the summer, because you kind of got a little sidetracked with all of these fun crafty craft things you've been doing. Maybe you wanted to raise chickens and you created a chicken coop and now you've got eggs, but that's wonderful and that's great. But the summer is over and the winter is for going within. It's kind of like when in the fall, all of the leaves kind of start dying off and all of the bears start eating a lot because they prepare for hibernation. Well, that's what the winter is going to be for you, Taurus. Hibernate. Really remember those goals that you set and start making a roadmap to getting those goals. I want you to look up mind mapping, and you're going to put yourself in the middle of this mind mapping and you're going to start writing what your goals were. I see that you have a few, but I want you to write them out and then go within through this winter, because when the spring comes, you're going to know which goal really means the most to you. Why did my light just go out? That's Devin's here. Wendy, Devin's here. He's freaking with me already, right? Hello, Devin, come on in. Well, I'm not going to worry about that because I'm going to turn on this other light and we're just going to make it happen. So I guess that's a cue to read Devin. So I have this beautiful, beautiful soul that I want to bring forward. Can I tell you, Wendy, this is Wendy's son, Devin. This beautiful soul, why aren't you on my share? This beautiful soul He has been my guide lately. I love his energy. Um, he wants me to give you a message that, look at the hat. Oh my gosh, the hat. It's all about the hat. Can I tell you his gauges are out? He wants to say, I know you hated them, Mom. His gauges are out. I don't know what that means. Gauges. Did he have his nose pierced? I don't know. Um, he said he is holding, oh my gosh. So here's Dean and here's Devin, and Devin has his hand on Dean's back, right where his heart is. And it's kind of to the left, and it's his right hand, his dominant hand. And he's just holding his heart because there's a lot of truths that Dean has to work through. So let me give you a little bit of context to everybody who doesn't know what's going on. Dean passed away recently, and Devin, it doesn't seem like Devin's been gone that long, but he has a little bit. And that was his stepson. And Dean passed away from just some really horrific, he had difficulty in life. He really, really struggled. And when we pass over to the other side, we don't have ego, we don't have heartbreak or heartache. We just have purity of going through our life to see what did we do to certain people? How did we conduct our life? How did we try to overcome what we've done to people? It's all about learning the great lesson so that our soul can continue to grow and elevate. That's why we're here. So Dean is going through that contract process, what he agreed to do, and kind of where he veered off of his contract. And right now he's really evaluating, going through his whole lifetime from birth to when he passed, how his life and what his actions, these are all about actions, how his actions affected and influenced and left indelible marks upon. So there's a thing when people say things, it kind of sticks into our energetic essence and part of our DNA strand. And it's how we deal with those things that other person sends to us. Sometimes we don't let them go, and unconsciously we kind of like pack them into our subconscious mind and just forget about them. Other people digest what that other person said or did to them, and that's kind of like looking at a higher perspective at the overall lesson. And if you take that lesson from whatever that person did to you and you learn from it and let it go, it doesn't stick, if that makes sense. Wendy, tell me if this makes sense. He's learning and he's reviewing what he did, and can I tell you, it's more to you than anybody. And that's why Devin's there holding his heart, saying, you know what, it's okay. It's all right. My mom knows. My mom knows. My mom has really let those go. Dean doesn't. In his experience through his life, he never thought that anybody forgave him. That was one of his greatest lessons. That was one of his major themes, is that he didn't look to God. And I say God in the most broadest of sense. It's just what we all understand, that higher power, universal essence, whatever you call it, source energy. He didn't believe that God forgave him. He didn't believe that there was a God. He just kind of stumbled through life, and he knows that you forgave him. But he's working through that forgiveness. I get a little choked up, if that makes sense. Devin's going to continue to hold his heart as he's reviewing his relationship with you only. And then Devin's going to back off and, let him kind of be on his own and go through the process. But during this time, Devin's holding his heart, the energy of his heart, because Devin had a big heart. Devin did not like to see animals suffer, children suffer. He's just that good soul. So that's what's happening, Wendy, right now. That's Devin's message to you, that he's holding on to Dean's heart. And that Casey Musgrave song that I send to everybody, Rainbow. If you're having difficulties, that's why you showed me Rainbow. Okay, Heather, I want you to listen to Casey Musgrave's Rainbow. Take a few deep breaths. This is for anybody having a difficult time. Take a few deep breaths, close your eyes, turn on that song on YouTube, Listen to each word and just breathe it in. Breathe in words. Words are powerful. Words are energy. They're healing words. And the very last sentence, and Wendy, this is for you. This is a reminder for you. The very last sentence of that song, and I almost gave it away, is what you need to write down and post it everywhere. Keep it up for 11 days. 11 is the major manifestation number. It's the magical angel number. Whatever you speak during that time, you will bring into fruition, good and bad. So monitor your thoughts very carefully. But you're going to write, I'm going to go ahead and say, the very last phrase of that song is, it'll all be all right. It'll all be all right. So try that. It's a beautiful healing, spiritual healing. Ooh, okay, I need some water. That was heavy. Because I can feel what that person who's passed, what they're going through. I'm running behind. I got to hurry, guys. Sorry. If I didn't read your departed loved one today, I will read it next Friday, so tune in. I apologize. I'm just running behind. Gemini, you're going to go through big changes, and this is all energetic changes. Allow it to come through. You're going to kind of feel like you're not very steady on your feet. It's okay. There's some beautiful changes coming your way. Allow it to happen. Just embrace it for whatever it is. If you're feeling sad, cry. If you're feeling anxious, just allow it to work through you. If you're feeling happy, you just want to laugh, just for no reason, do it. Whatever these energies that are coming at you, Gemini, it's really important that you allow all the feels. Good luck is smiling on you this week. It's not saying to gamble, because we must hold on to our money and cherish money. The United States especially, we're just like free flowing, and we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. But Gemini, hold on to your money. There's a lot of good luck, and it has to do with being in the right place at the right time. So just know, embrace it, and just set the intention every morning that you will be guided to be in the right place at the right time. That's awesome, Gemini. I'm so jelly. Oh, Cancer. Oh, with the full moon coming in Aries, it has to do with career. And if you don't have a career, you really need to get one, because you're not going to survive if you don't start looking for a job. It can be any job. I want you to quit feeling like you're not worthy of having a well-paid job. That's just bullshit. Come on, change that energy. You are worthy of making money. You don't have to just sit back and apply for everything that you can to just sit on your butt. No, that is not what you are here to do. I want you to know that you have the ability to do anything that you want. You are amazing. You're brilliant. You're smart. You're intelligent. Use that. Use that. Don't make excuses to not move forward with getting a job that aligns with your highest and greatest good. Also, Cancer, there's a mentor that is more of an ally than you could have ever imagined. They want you to know that you are cherished. Yes, you are cherished, and that you kind of believe that there's a lot of secrets in your close relationships, and it also has to do with an elder and family. They're really not trying to keep anything from you. I think that's just you being insecure. So Cancer, snap the frick out of it. Stop it right now. Leo, it's time for you to take a leap of faith. And Sunday, I really want you to embrace the full moon. Go on my website, www.rainyday.com. Download for free a full moon ritual. You really need to embrace the full moon and allow it to illuminate those things that you're not seeing. It feels though that you're not seeing the forest through the trees. It's time to get out of the forest, get into that clearing, and see everything that the universe is trying to bring forward to you. Stop it. Snap out of it, Leo. Come on, get into that clearing and see. Look up and feel the sun's rays on you. You need to see things. You can't ignore them anymore. It's time to fully illuminate what you've been avoiding. And it's a good thing, because now you can move forward. Start putting one foot in front of the other. Don't be afraid. That's your ego. Come on, Bob, get in the closet. Leave me the frick alone. All right, Virgo. Oh my gosh, Virgo, you out of everybody, there's a lot of big changes happening. And I don't want you to feel like a turtle on your back, like, oh my God, somebody roll me over, please. No, you don't need somebody roll you over. You are capable. There's a lot of changes, and it's positive changes. And at the get-go, you're going to think, oh, this ain't positive. Blah, blah, blah. Stop it. Get out of, I'm looking at my notes. Get out of your own way. And this also has to do with work, because I think there's a love connection, not in your direct department, but in within the organization. Yes, it's kind of like as we walk by, we exchange these, oh, hello glances. Wonderful thing happening to you, because it's the time for you to get up the nerve and say, hey, friend, hey, coworker, hey, person from the same organization, would you like to do lunch? I have a little bit extra money. I'd like to share that with you. I'd rather not be alone. And you know what? Let's go have some conversation. And guess what? They might not be able to do it that day because they're busy at work. Don't take it personally. Second agreement, not being done at you or to you. Just say, okay, here's my card. Give me a call or email me. I'd love to do lunch with you sometime. Let's get to know each other, because I'm really interested in what you guys do, and maybe you can find out what I do. There might be a love connection. Ooh, Virgo, I'm so jelly. Libra, before I do, I want to take one more question. Let's take another question. I don't know why, but something. Roxanne, you're Aries. I know, so am I. But sometimes it sucks, but it's all good. So Roxanne, the world is scary, but you don't have to be scared. So you had a question. Been dealing with overwhelming grief and wondering if anybody might come through. And I'm trying to call him in. What is his name? I think it was Dan, right? Hey, do me a favor, love. Post it back in the chat. I can't find it. And I don't want to spend time trying to look for it. But honey, Roxanne, Dan, there it is, Dan. Honey, tell me what sign you are. Roxanne, tell me what sign you are. And while that continues, there's Dan, there you are. Okay, I'm going to read one more sign and then come back, because I want him to, he doesn't believe in what I do. Is that true? He's like, oh, witchcraft. He's so funny. Oh, my stomach is growling. Okay, you don't eat well. You're not eating the right food, and sometimes you eat your grief. You really need to get healthy, my darling. You really need to get healthy, because I see, ooh, we had a lot of medical conditions. I see, ooh, Dan's making me feel all the feels. Back off a little bit, Dan. I'm going to read one more sign, and then I'm going to get back to Dan, because I need to disconnect from some of the physical things. Oh, why does my left eye hurt? I feel a lot of pressure behind my eye. Ooh, so I'm a medical medium as well. And when a departed loved one comes and my stomach, wow. When they connect to me, I feel some of their ailments. So I'm asking him to back off. Libra. Ooh, Libra, you're taking a relationship to a new level. Come on, you go, girl, you go, guy, you go, friend. Love is a wonderful thing. And Libra, it feels like you don't want to get caught up in love because you've been hurt. And if you don't get over that hurt, you are never going to allow this love to come in. And this is not, that song just came into my head. This is no ordinary love. And that's how Spirit talks to me sometimes, is through songs. This is not an ordinary love. This is almost like a soul level love. This is somebody who is your opposite, but opposites really do balance each other out. And that's what I'm seeing, Libra. It's maybe not what you had in mind, and this person didn't come the way Hugh had imagined, because girl, you got a type. Guy, you got a type. Friend, you have a type, and they're all losers, and they're going to F you up every time. So I want you to feel it, not see it with your human mind. Get out of your human mind and open. Oh, see, that light just flashed again. Open your heart to love and allow it, and set the intention every morning. I have the biggest heart, and it is open and ready for love. Now, see how we put that in the present tense, present moment, not way out into the future, the here and now. I am open to love. Yes. And be flexible. Maybe he has a bald head and you're into guys with a lot of hair. Well, that's obviously not their highest and greatest good, right? Pick a winner. No, don't look at the physical appearance. You know, when you fall in love with somebody, when you peel away all that outside and you reach into their heart, you fall in love with what their heart is and their intentions are. That's that longer lasting love. That's not that quick knee-jerk reactions, those butterflies that give us a little feeling down in those private places, right? No, this is a longer lasting love. So all the feels with your heart. Okay, let's get back to Dan. Let's get back to Dan. Okay. Dan, Dan says that you're not making the most of your life, that you're just kind of existing. And that's not what you're here for. And you're not here to please others. He says that you're a people pleaser. You need to start putting yourself first. He's strongly telling me that you can live without him, that he's not gone, that he's everywhere. And because you're so in your grief, you're not seeing that he's like, McFly, hello, I'm right here. I hear dogs barking. I don't know why, but I hear especially little dogs and big dogs barking. When dogs bark, he's there, he's near. Does that resonate? If it doesn't, tell me yes if it's resonating. If it's not, I'm going to stop because maybe I'm not connected directly with him, but I feel that it's him. What's up with the hats? I'm seeing like these unusual hats. Is he coming through, Roxanne? I'm not sure. He says you used to smoke. Is that a fair statement? He says that you are just so buried in the depression that is causing you dis-ease. It's causing you medical conditions. You are not your medical condition, and that's not your story. He says you need to rewrite your story, and you need to be more present in the moment, because you're way into the past. You're looking at life through the lens of the past. And he said, stop it, just knock it off. He was that wonderful person that could tell you the truth and you didn't take it personally. Like, oh, he's telling me because he loves me. Well, hello, cocktails. I wish I had a cocktail right now, because I think he threw back some in his day. Quit smoking. It is just a way for you to escape. Face reality, face those hard truths, and move forward. Quit smoking. It's going to kill you, and it's going to kill you slowly, he says. Some smokers can smoke till they're 92 and they're fine. But for you, it's going to restrict your older years so that you can't, I feel you carrying oxygen around. Oh, that's horrible. So stop. You can stop. Don't say you can't. Puff, puff. Knock it off. Stop it, he said. He comes to you with a dog's barking. Oh, here's a neat little thing. He says, you can know when I'm present when you open the curtains and the light shines through on a specific spot, like it's just one light beam coming from the sun into your home. I don't know if that resonates, but he says it will. It'll make sense when you start opening the curtains and you get out from underneath the covers. No more grieving him. He is all around you. And as soon as you get out of that, he will be there. Quit smoking. He keeps the smoking thing. All right, Dan, I told her back off. All right, I'm going to leave it with that. Scorpio, really stressful time for you. You need to do some really, let me know if that resonated, Roxanne. You really need to just quit stressing, because a lot of these things really are beyond your control. I want you to ask Spirit to, when you're starting to feel these anxieties, say, close your eyes and just center yourself and just connect with above. Just send white light up through your crown. And then ask Spirit, hey, is this meant for me? If it is, then deal with it. If it isn't, let it go. And 8 out of 10 times, it's not even yours. You're picking up this weird energy. But I also feel that when you know what is for you and you know what's not for you, you're going to allow some beautiful romantic times to come through. If you have a partner, you've been kind of ignoring that part of that relationship, that romantic, that intimacy. If you don't have a partner, I really feel that some intimacy is coming your way. So you really need to have the discernment as of what's yours and what's not, because you may miss this beautiful moment. This is a moment that's going to reignite your sensuality, reignite that, wow, I can feel good in life and I can feel cared for. And especially women, we need to have that beautiful sensual side of ourselves. That's what makes us this beautiful soft being that we are. um, give in totally. But I want you to know that you have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. So some of those things that I've been talking about, that inner work, some of those things from childhood that you may not even realize are there. That's why this full moon is so important for you too, Scorpio, is to illuminate some of those things. Maybe somebody touched you in a weird way and it has stuck with you. It's stuck inside of you. Okay, that is not who you are right here, right now. And you don't have to carry that energy with you into this time and space. Let that go. It happened. It is what it is, but it's not who you are in this time and space. So let that go. I hope that resonates with somebody. Hi, Heather. Um, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I'm still kind of going through some of these. Um, I hope this, okay. I have this beautiful lady here, and she's been with me for like 2 days, and I can't figure out who she is. So if this resonates with anybody, please post here that it resonates. And if you have a first name, that would be awesome, because I can't figure out who this bitch is. So she feels like a great grandmother figure. She feels very big up here, but if you look at her little rear end, she has no butt. She always says, "I don't have a butt," and she's not fat or anything. She's just big breasted and broad shouldered. It's funny because I see that her skin is hanging down here. She may have lost some weight, and she has this skin, and she's a little bit conscious of it. She does have that gray blondish hair, some blonde with some gray streaks. She smokes, and she loves smoking. If she could have a cigarette in each hand, she would. I still can't figure out, and I want to say Marge, it's an M word. She does have an accent. I think that's why I'm having so much trouble connecting to her. In her life, she was a mother of many children. She worked at a county or a job that's within the county or in her little town, maybe like at a post office her whole life, has had a stable retirement. Phyllis, is it Phyllis? Did she have a job? Nina, Mary? No, it's not Mary. I don't know. When I saw Phyllis, that just got me. She had a job like maybe at a county business license. She was like one of the business license people, or she took payments from a utility, that kind of a job. Crystal, did Phyllis have this type of job? Let me know. While you're answering, stay here, whoever you are. I wanted to say Marge, but maybe that's a middle name. I don't know. I want to go into Sagittarius while more information is coming through. This one is really hard. I feel like she has Dutch in her, German maybe, Norwegian. It's like that. That's what I hear, right? Hi, Jaylee. Welcome. Sagittarius. So if you've been wanting to do a creative project like that Crafty McCrafterson, do it. Believe it or not, you may be able to start a business on Etsy, right? I don't know if it's stuff for Halloween and then you're getting, because of all the holidays coming up, your Crafty McCrafterson. Well, did you know that you could bring those projects to life and make some extra cash? Honey, you don't know how crafty you are and that you don't think people would want to buy it, but I'm telling you, they would. You have a lot of passion when you do about it. And I want you to talk about them. Start posting pictures on your social media and then maybe look up what it takes to do Etsy. It's like nothing and they take a small portion. You don't need your business license like I do. I have to have a business license. I have to have personal liability insurance. I have to have an LLC. It's expensive to do what I do, but you don't. So do it. Anything else? Just be you. It gives you something to look forward to, and believe it or not, during these crunch times, you're going to have a little extra cash. You can turn it into cash. Just do it. And then keep posting them and talking about them. Tell your friends, have your friends tell their friends. Really, Sagittarius, get your butt going. My grandmother was German. We are German. Crystal, I think this woman is associated with you. And I think she was like the Smokey McSmokerson. Because I mean, I literally, it's like a puff of smoke following her. And I hate cigarettes. I've never smoked cigarettes ever. I just hate them. No judging though, if you do, except for you, Roxanne, quit smoking. Dan just like, except for it, quit smoking. Tell her to quit smoking. All right, Dan, she will. She got the message. She's not going to listen, but it's okay. At least we planted the seed, right, Dan? Okay. What is her name? What is her name? Crystal Phyllis. Okay, Phyllis. Yeah, she did. This is her. So, Phyllis, why did you step forward? Crystal. So her message for you is you are more than you ever thought you were. She is always watching over you. If you smell a little bit of cigarettes, it's her. It's her. And when you smell it, think about what you were thinking about or what you were doing, because she's trying to give you a self-corrective. Correct yourself, because that's not for your highest and greatest good. She's that grandmother that literally takes your body and moves you. Okay, go down this way. Or she was that grandmother that as you're walking, she's like, no, don't go over there. It's not safe. She's trying to correct your energy, trying to move your body. If you're walking, sometimes you feel like, oh, did I just take a misstep? But there's no weird step there. It's her trying to self-correct you. So listen to those subtle body movements. That's how she comes through. Whoa, don't fuck with her. Right? Oh, thank you, Phyllis. I'm going to talk to you about some of that later. Something about bread making. She wants you to do her recipe that she made around Yule time. Okay, it's not Christmas, but it's around that time. There's some kind of heavy bread that when you cut it and eat it, it feels very heavy, but it's so good. And I don't see it being light colored. I don't see it being a dark colored bread, but it's like in between. She said, would you take my recipe and learn? You're going to have a few flops. Oh, she's so funny. She just showed me a piece of bread, just kind of like going, it's okay. Throw it away. Don't put it down the drain, because live active yeast, she says, put it in the garbage. She's very loud. I have to ask her to just not so much. Hi, Alexandria at Resilience Tea and Healing. Look up Alexandria at Resilience Tea and Healing on Instagram. She has so much beautiful, compassionate energy. She gives a lot of beautiful little ways that you can use tea energetically. I love her. You need to post more of those, girl. Okay, Crystal. Oh my God, she loved to make bread. That was our favorite thing to do together. You can't make this shit up. So there's your sign. How would I know that? It didn't pull that out of my rear. Dan said to you, Roxanne, tell her that. Pull yourself out of your rear. But he didn't quite say it like that. I don't know that I can say what he actually said. Oh, I love what I do, but sometimes, okay, guys, Phyllis, thank you, Dan. Thank you, Phyllis, for coming. I got to continue on. Capricorn, thank you guys for sharing these beautiful energies. So go make that bread, Crystal. If you're in Vegas, I would love a piece. Capricorn. So Saturday is a very significant day for you, Capricorn. There are times where you really want to be extravagant and spend a lot of money. It almost feels like, and I don't know that this is what you're going to do, but like you're going to go, you have a friend that always wanted to go see the Raiders and you're that giving person. And so I'm just using this as an example. So you buy Raider tickets and you put them on a charge card and you buy a little more expensive because maybe you kind of want to impress, but you don't have to. These are extravagant. These are excessive. So why don't you take that person to a bar that has the Raiders game on the TV and buy them lunch? Be more creative. Bring them a little gift that's like maybe a Raiders keychain. I'm not a Raiders fan. Don't judge me. They're here in Las Vegas. I think we're going to a game in the next couple of weeks. But not extravagant. You charged it. It's going to take you years to pay off. Where you can pay cash, quit using your debit card, get cash, and this is your money that you have in your purse to spend for the week. Very important for you, Capricorn. Very important for you today. I want you to just be prepared, not scared. All right. Aquarius. So Aquarius, that book that I talked about, The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer, would really help you right now, because you're going to need to make peace with a lot of your past. Have you always done the wrong thing, right things? No. Were they done out of malice? Probably not. Were they knee-jerk reactions? Probably. Did they hurt some people? Yes. It was not intentional. That was not your intent. But Spirit is asking you to really go back and see how those what were those triggers? Some of those triggers inside of you might have been from your childhood. That's kind of why you're looking at life through the lens of the past. And this whole next week is about being your authentic self. And that's not who you really are, Aquarius. You're not that way. So what Spirit would like you to do is go back and find out in your childhood, kind of scan your timeline, not what caused you to be so protective. What caused you to immediately go into that protective mode where you make those knee-jerk reactions, you keep people at bay, and you really didn't mean to? What happened to you as a child? Bring that up, work through it, how to do the work so that you can be your authentic self. It's so important for you right now. So important for you, Aquarius. Do I have anything else for Aquarius? So I want you to really know that you have dreams and desires that you've been afraid to really bring out into the world. And you don't share them because once you speak them, kind of that you put it out there. Our thoughts, our feelings, and what we speak is what we manifest. So I want you to really monitor your thoughts, monitor your words. It's okay, Aquarius. I don't want you to forget that dreams can actually become a reality. You can make these dreams come true. If you don't, sooner or later, the universe will put you on your back like a turtle. Somebody roll me over. They're starting to nudge you with these little signs and symbols that says you're not on your divine path. You need to listen to it. Here's an example. I've always had great jobs. I love my jobs. They just kind of they haven't fell into my lap. That's not true. I've always worked towards things, but I've always been guided and Spirit has always delivered. So I monitor what I send out there because that's what you get back. I had this beautiful job. Loved it. Within 2 years, I was like, they're hero of the year, and they're the largest gaming company in the world. Incredible. And I did that by following my authentic truth. I brought forward what was for my highest and greatest good in all ways, in all things. And in 2017, May exactly, I was suffering from these weird episodes. And at one point, initially, they thought I was having temporary ischemic events, little small mini strokes. And I got kind of scared, and I was on like 10 different medications. But Spirit finally hit me in the back of the head and said, duh, Rainey. From May to December, I was like a turtle on my back. What do I do? Where do I go? I have always done my gifts, but I've always done them kind of in the background. I've always done readings. I've always taught people things. I've always been a spiritual educator. And the Spirit finally said, you're not following your divine path. And Aquarius, that's what's happening with you. I was fearful because I had a 6-figure income. And I'm going from 6-figure income to starting a brand new business, 0. It can be very scary. But you know what? Once I realized what my path was, and it really is a dream come true, and work towards that without fear. I put Bob in the closet for a long time. I put a padlock on that bitch. When I started following my divine path, I was no longer sick. I am on no medications. Once in a while, I get those weird, I call them little weird episodes, but it's almost kind of like it's a reminder that I am stepping off of my path. It's like flying monkeys when Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz stepped off her yellow brick road. She was carried away by flying monkeys. So I think what I'm saying, Aquarius, is the universe is devising a surprise for you as long as you follow your truth, your yellow brick road, and follow your dreams. Don't be afraid. What's the worst thing that can happen? You end up back where you started. I can do that all day long, right? Right? Oh, any questions, please post them here. We have some time to answer some more questions. I know that somebody sent me a picture of a departed loved one. I promise you, tune in next week. I will read them. Pisces, you know, Pisces, bitch, snap out of it. I know you don't like asking for help, but people really want to help you. Would you let them in? Come on, Pisces. Come on, friend. Let them in. It's okay to get that help that you need. And you don't have to do everything alone. I don't know why you think that you need to carry the world on your back, but you don't. You have people who love you. You have people who want to help you. The stars are all aligning to cooperate, to allow community to come in. Why do you think that you have to go this alone? You don't. Do you have a partner that you feel that way? That doesn't mean that you have to be that way. Do you have a boss that makes you feel like I got to do this all myself? No. Ask for help. By asking for help, it is not weakness, it is strength. In your work, if you are a supervisor, and this is where they're guiding me, I want you to cross train everybody. It's not job security if you keep this all to yourself. It is not. When you cross train, it makes everybody underneath you feel valued and that they have opportunities. Cross train, cross train, cross train. What else for Pisces? Everything's going to turn out beautifully. Ready or not, it's also time to be spontaneous. You're very calculated. You're 10 and 2. When you're driving through LA traffic and you've got your passenger saying, oh my God, Rainey, did you just see that beautiful rainbow? It's the double rainbow. And you're like, fuck no, I'm driving in LA traffic. If I don't keep my eyes focused, we are going to be killed. Well, guess what? Pull over. Start not being 10 and 2. I want you to open up your projection because you're projecting 10 and 2. You're not seeing all the beauty all around you. Get on a bus and let somebody else drive, literally, energetically. I want you to, ready or not, Pisces, be spontaneous. Allow these things to come into your pure purview. Charlie, I literally have no one to ask for help from. I'm calling BS on you right now. I'm saying this with love and grace, but you do. You're just not seeing it. You need to get out into your life, and I want you to walk out there with an open heart. Your heart feels very protected, very close, Charlie. And I say this with light and love. You're kind of an empath. Oh, okay. So I'm being asked to draw a card from the Empath's Oracle. This is for you, Charlie. I rarely do this. I rarely draw cards. I always rely on Spirit's guidance. You really need to open your heart. These are the most beautiful cards. You need to open your heart, Charlie. You have more people than you realize. You're just not seeing them. I want you to start practicing putting your arms out beside you, and I want you to focus on something ahead of you. Without turning your head or your eyes, I want you to start getting a bigger perspective and bring your fingers in, wiggle your fingers until you can see them in your peripheral view. Practice that every morning. Ground yourself and set your intentions that I will see those people who are available to help me because they're out there. You're just not seeing them, beautiful angels. Oh, Shaylee, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm so bad at names. You know why? Because I hear German people in my ear. Shaylee. Good morning, beautiful Davila. Wendy, take a trip, go out day by day and enjoying life. Life is way too short not to. Yes, life can be over in the blink of an eye. And by the way, it was not suicide. That's what I'm continuously being told. It wasn't suicide. Okay. Oh, realizing empathy as a revolution. Oh, so you have a beautiful hummingbird. I want you to look up what is the spiritual meaning of a hummingbird. And it will only read what resonates with you. Write it down. I want you to print out a picture of a hummingbird. That's your spirit animal right now. And it's also showing me ammonites. I forget what these are. Get yourself an ammonite. Oh my gosh. Can you kind of see that? My light is really bad today. Get one of those. See how you can get lost in that? It really feels like you're just getting too deep into your mind. You're not working through the spirals and coming out. if you look at these, there's a big spiral that goes way, 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 way down into your innermost thoughts. You're just hiding there. Allow your mind to expand. Be more aware of what's around you, beautiful angel. There is so much. Being an empath is really a revolutionary idea because a lot of people don't embrace their empathic abilities. Empathic abilities can be a superpower or it can be a curse because feeling everyone's feels can be really overwhelming. So, Shaylee, what I want you to do is bring your energy close to your body and get to know your energy, all of your chakras in your physical being and all the other ones outside in your auric field. Bring your energy closer because when you do, that's when you can feel these disruptions. And anytime I feel like a little weird disruption, I'm like, whoa. I tune into that energy very quickly and I ask, is this mine? Center myself. Is this mine? Oh, 9 out of 10 times this bitch isn't even mine. So I send it away. I don't care where it came from and I let it go. Do not be fearful to go throughout your day, Shaylee, feeling all the feels. Protect yourself in white light. You are meant to be in a community and you're isolating yourself. Earlier, when I first talked about the energies that we're feeling, and they're very heavy right now, especially in this political bullshit environment, I call bullshit. It's ridiculous. Freedom of speech, what happened to that? I mean, seriously, all of these energies are really getting to you. Just they're not yours. Don't worry about it. Some things are beyond our control. Let it go. Let go, let God. And again, I use God in the most broadest of terms, whatever you believe in, source energy, universal intelligence, Allah, whatever it is. I feel like you don't have a relationship. You've forgotten that you have a relationship. Can I tell you something that really, really resonated with me lately? Is that when I speak with God, I've realized that it's a direct, beautiful white pipeline. Not even departed loved ones, angels. They're outside of this. It reminds me of Meet the Parents, where the father who's in the CIA says, "Are you in the circle?" Well, it's just you and God. Nobody else is in that circle. Reestablish, Shaylee, that direct connection with that higher power. You will see that you're not alone. And I want you to go and start being in service. Go to a food bank. Offer your help. Fill children's backpacks with food that don't have, I mean, there's wonderful places out there. And before you know it, you will realize you are not alone. I'm not a big believer in organized religion. I was raised Christian Science, which is more the power of the mind and energy work. I do believe in doctors because there's a reason they're here. If I didn't, my little brother who was born with juvenile diabetes would be dead by now. There's a place for everything. You just need to find your place. Be that revolutionary empath and feel all the feels. Go out there. And go to a church. Like I went to New Orleans and I had the most beautiful experience I've ever had. And my friend Steve, who's my angels and demons guy, he told me about this experience he had seeing an angel. And Shaylee, this is what I'd like you to do. I'm not religious, but I went with some girlfriends to New Orleans and we went inside that beautiful cathedral by the water. It was amazing. The statues in there were crazy beautiful. And they're all flitting around, lighting candles, buying crosses. And I'm just sitting in one of the pews. Shaylee, this is what I want you to do. And I just looked at their beautiful statue of Mother Mary. Oh my gosh, it made me feel so loved. And then I'm looking at Jesus on the cross. And I'm just looking at the beauty all around me. Some of the paintings, some of the beautiful candle holders. Oh my goodness. It was incredible. And here, remember I talked to you about your peripheral? This is a spiritual technique that everybody can start using. Get to know your peripheral, because out of my peripheral was a real person standing up in praise, because there's music in the background. He's just standing up and you can see he's praising away, praising away. And right behind him, I could see an angel. Now I've seen an angel maybe 4 times in my life, a real angel, physically seeing them with my eyes. But I've learned I don't do that knee-jerk reaction. That's that human knee-jerk reaction. I hold the energy in my peripheral. I don't move. I just can feel him, see him out of my peripheral. There's an angel. So this man's standing up in praise, and there's an angel behind him holding up his arms. I get chills every time I tell this. It was the most beautiful thing. And I still, to this day, I'm getting chills. See, my butterflies are going to fly off my arm. I still, to this day, don't know who this angel was. I know that it was a seraphim angel because there were 6 wings. It was androgynous, not male, not female. It was just beautiful. And then the music stopped and the angel quit holding because the man sat down. I thought, oh, and I thanked the angel. By holding the energy, I thanked the angel for showing me his just beauty, the compassion, the love, the grace, that we're not alone in this life. And then the music came back on and the man stood up in praise. The angel started to appear in my peripheral. And again, no knee-jerk reactions. I just held the energy, eyes wide open. And I just slowly turned my head just a little bit so I could get a little bit more, and holding the energy, a little bit more physical sight of this beautiful experience. And I noticed that this angel was not supporting him this time. And I thought, oh my gosh, what's happening? And I asked the angel, literally in my mind's eye, still holding the energy, beautiful angel, why are you not supporting his hands? And this is a lesson for everybody. And this is how I know that life goes on after this physical world, because I just contacted Phyllis. How would I know German bread? How would I know heavy smoker? Dan telling his Roxanne, don't smoke. I mean, how would I know these details? This is evidence, like a policeman, evidence. The angel, I said, oh, I get teared up every time I think of this because it's the most beautiful thing in the world. I said to him in my mind, beautiful angel, why are you not supporting his arms this time? The angel said to me, you know why, Rainey? He didn't ask. Angels are free will. So when you need help, you're never alone. You think that you're alone? Shaylee, you're not. Angels work on free will. So if anything, call in an angel. Call in Raphael, angel of healing. Call in just any angel. I just need an angel today. I just need my angel to come close to me. Believe you me, when you hold your energy and you feel all of this feelings, you hold your energy close and you know how to hold the energy, even if it's out of your view and you don't have these knee-jerk reactions, it takes practice. But if you hold the energy, beautiful things are all around you. You're never alone. Life goes on. So if you have a grandmother or a friend that passed away, or just a dear loved one that you just really adored, hold the energy and ask to see them. And when you see something, don't doubt it, just flow with it. Be centered, be in the present moment, because when you're not present, you're looking through the lens in the past, you will never get over this grief and you will never see them, physically see them, feel them, hear them, feel them touch you. And it can be a little weird when you first get a spirit touch, like sometimes, oh, ooh, Lacey, I just saw Lacey, I just saw that you're tuning in. Thank you. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for all of you. Lacey, he touches your hair gently and you think it's the wind or something. There you go. I'm going to leave you with that. Very private. I want to keep that private. Crystal, you know your ex-husband is all around. Yes. So when you feel these things, when you physically feel someone come back and tap you, it can be like a little unnerving. You're like, what the fuck? But I just want you to just gently just flow with it. You'll learn to not do those knee-jerk reactions like, oh, I'm to the point now where like, I literally sent a picture to my friends last week. I got bit by something and I had 3 marks like this. And over here, it's gone now. It's crazy. A bruise. I felt like something bit me. And I sent them a picture. I'm like, Spirit Tribe, what the fuck is going on? Well, you might have this. I'm like, thank you. I didn't even think of that. So I'm like, fill that energy, fill that space with love, because lower vibrational frequencies cannot have any place in the energy of love. And they just disappear. You scare them away because you're full of love, and they don't like that. Oh, no crying, beautiful. Well, maybe crying's good. Crying's a release. Oh, I'm worn out. I am worn out. I think this was a very beautiful. If I forgot a horoscope or if I got a reading, I apologize. If I didn't get to you, I'm so sorry. I'm an hour and a half. I usually only go an hour. I got to get ready. My little Luna's coming. My poor little sick Luna. I feel like I'm getting a little sick from her, but guess what? I'm not going to let it attach to me. Go away, sickness. I'm not going to get sick. It's a choice. Believe it or not, it's a choice. So, hey, I'm going to leave you all with just a very quick channeled message. Take every step as though you were walking in faith. You're never alone. We are always with you. Let the full moon illuminate that which is no longer serving you, those limiting beliefs, those things that we hold on to, especially the past. That is not who you are in this time and space. You have the ability to rewrite your story. Have faith that everything is happening for a reason. That just because you can't see that we're working, just because you can't see what's happening underneath, doesn't mean that we are not working for your greatest and highest good in all ways, in all times and space. In this moment, space and time, we are always working. Allow us to work with you and through you. Walk through this next week with an open heart, open mind, and allow some of those feelings to come up. Those things that we don't even or not necessarily aware of. We ask you to let them go. Feel all the feels. They are not who you are. And you're holding on to them for what reason, dear angel, dear soul? Connect with that higher spirit of all there is. There is life that goes beyond our physical senses. And if you are just quiet for just a moment, you open your heart, we are always there, and we will send those signs and symbols, whether it be cigarette smoke or baked bread or a foul word, because Dan sometimes can throw those foul words. Know that we are always there. And I see Devin putting his right hand out on everybody from behind, putting energy into your heart. Open your heart. Let go. Let God. Let love. Whew, I'm going to cry. May you all have a beautiful, blessed week. Do not go in fear. Name your ego. Put your ego in the closet when it gets in your way. God bless you, and I love you all so much. Thank you for allowing me and having your presence with me. If you like this, please share, please like, so that I can continue to bring you these beautiful messages of faith, of dreams do come true and life does go on. And that's evident by you sharing your beautiful loved ones, Phyllis. God bless you all. Have a beautiful day. I'm exhausted. I'm going to go have a good cry. It'll all be all right.